Hey guys, Krosky here, and I've got a special treat here. I think I'm going to be playing the what I think is the world's first Crazyhouse 960 match with my special guest FischyVishy, my longtime chess.com bughouse partner, and he's agreed to play this match with me. So how it's set up is it's a little bit convoluted, but bear with us here. We have one board, one chess.com board open, which is going to act as our timer. So one move will just correspond to one move on the lichess board. And I have 7 different chapters, which each represents a different starting 960 position, which have been generated using this convenient Fischer Random chess generator. So I haven't looked at any of these positions before, and I think we're just going to jump into it and see how it goes. It's going to be best of 7, so first of 4. And each time somebody wins a game, just so we have a record, we're going to make one pawn move. So first a queen is going to win the match, essentially. With that said, I think that's all the explanation out of the way. So do bear with us, be patient, because there is, as far as I'm aware, there's no Crazyhouse 960 platform on the internet yet. So this is just kind of flying by the seat of the pants and we're being a little bit more innovative in terms of setup here. So bear with us. All right, I think we're ready. I'm going to let FischyVishy know that we can start, and then we'll get underway. And to decide whether we're going to get white or black in the first game, we've got a coin flipper here, random number generator. And FischyVishy has elected heads. So if it's heads, he will be white. Tails. Okay, so I'm white. Okay. This is crazy, guys. Again, bear with us here, but I think we're just about ready to go. So let's see how this pans out. Okay, so as soon as Vishy makes a move, then starting my timer, then I'll go. Or maybe he's waiting for me. I'll just play on this board. Okay, where do I want to go first? Where do I want to go? So my timer has begun on chess.com. If I can pull that out a little bit, maybe I can see it better. There we go. Okay, there's the timer. It's 3 minutes with a 5-second increment. I timed this out there because I was still thinking about where to play. Okay, I'm just going to make a fianchetto. And we did test this beforehand just to see if you can castle. You can castle, and it is Crazyhouse rules. So everything should be in place for a proper 960 simulation. This is so weird. Oh, this is so wacky. Okay. Let's bring my queen out. Fianchetto the bishop. I'm not sure that I would even want to exchange there and grab this pawn, because then it might leave me a little bit susceptible to a pawn drop here, but maybe it's okay. Okay, h3 to control this square and make sure no pawn drops coming on h3. Maybe I should fianchetto this bishop too. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I'm not even making moves. Okay. Okay, just gonna castle. He is gonna take here. I'm gonna wait for him to move. Okay. Expecting a pawn here. And now I'll probably just drop back, so he has to make a move. this is the actual move. So the move hasn't yet been played until it's been played on the chess.com board, because that's our clock. Okay, hitting c2. Just going to get my knight into the game. Okay, so how do I want to proceed from here? Maybe kick this knight, maybe get a pawn on here, maybe get my knight in on f5. Try to open up this diagonal somehow. Still seem pretty blocked up over here. Like this battery isn't doing too much. Okay, what's he threatening here? Maybe a sack on g3. Does that really concern me? I could even sack here, get 2 pawns for the piece, get my queen active, be attacking these 2 pieces. It's not horrible. In fact, I think I will do that. No, I can't pre-move in lichess study. Okay, so I've liberated my queen. I'm attacking these 2 pieces. I do have 2 pawns for the piece anyway. So this bodes well. I think I'm attacking this pawn too, though that's not going to matter too much, I imagine. I'm not susceptible to any knight checks. Now I can just move my king. Okay, h1 or h2? Probably h2. Yeah, h2, so there's no potential sack on g3, although that is covered. So it's a good move. That's a good idea, I think. Now, if I had a rook, I'd be able to mate with a knight drop and a rook drop, but there is no rook at hand, so maybe I should just cover this. See, if I take here, he's going to place a bishop and then scoop that pawn back up. So I don't want to allow that. The reason we're playing 3 plus 5 is just to account for the weirdness in switching boards and the time delay which may occur therefrom. Okay, now do I want to take this or this? What's my time situation even? Okay, I have 150 to decide here. Okay, I'm going to be aggressive and take that. So what about a knight drop on f6 here? No, knight drop takes. You can place another piece and drive my queen away. Going under a minute. So I guess I'll just take this. It should be okay. So I'm up in material here, but my king is a little bit less safe. Yeah. So next he's going to sack here, or place a bishop here. So there's some threats I need to look out for. Now, is a knight check working? I think. I don't have a rook though. I think a knight check is working actually. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. If king there, queen takes, this rook mates. So he has to take this. Yeah, and now knight here, I was thinking. King there, pawn there. Or do I want to grab a rook first? What's my time? 49 seconds. Okay, do have time. No, I'm just going to place the pawn directly. I was hoping I'd have a queen check on one of these dark squares, but I'm realizing that the knight's covering this. Yeah, so I could pick up a rook here, and maybe it's advisable to do so. See if I had another knight that would mate. Maybe a queen check first. I'm not convinced. The queen check doesn't do too much, I don't think. So, okay. Do I want drop another pawn first? I don't think it's so important to do so. Getting pretty low in time. There was a 5-second increment. If I had another knight, that would be ideal. Okay. Now, place a pawn here, or on f6 that is, or on g7 directly. 16 seconds. This is so weird. I'm just grinning like a fool here, and probably playing horrible moves, but I'm just enjoying the novelty of this. He's about to lose on time. He's got to play. Okay. Okay, now what? Can I pick up his knight somehow? I don't see how. Maybe this is interesting. Let's try that. Okay, do I take the queen or do I play check and win the queen? Oh, I'm just going to play check and win it. I have no time to think. So, okay, I'm going to take it now. See, I don't think he has any checks he can get away with. Okay, I should be winning now unless I am missing something. Okay, I'm not going to play that. I'm just going to block. Because otherwise this square would open up. Take this way. He's got another rook drop here. I'm waiting for the move on this board. Make a move, Fishy. Oh, he's found a mate. Very nice. Oh, very nice. Yeah, Yeah, I'll let him play it out. Very nice, mate. All right. Okay, so that's game one of Crazyhouse 960. Well played, Fishy. I didn't see that mate there at the end. I knew it was getting. It was kind of hanging by a thread there. My position. I didn't think you had too many checks left, but you figured out a way. So nicely played, and that's game one. So let's maximize this board here. And let's go to the tally, and so I'll just make a king move as white here, and then he can. There we go. Okay, so he's one move closer to queening, and remember, queening is the equivalent of winning the match because it's 4 moves each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, best of 7. Okay, so moving on to position 2, and I'll be black this game. So flipping the board here. Okay, on to game 2 here. Okay, here we go. So I guess I'll go ahead and make a move and start the timer. Okay, so how do I want to play this weird position? I wonder if I can. Oh, I can. I can just castle straight away. Though that probably wasn't too productive. That probably wasn't a very productive move. Just showing or switching the position of my king and my rook there. But okay. Just gonna make some natural moves. Get my bishops out. Probably play e5 next and contest the center. Okay. Waiting for him to make a move there on chess.com. Okay. Okay. Does that bother me, that pen? Not that much. Just going to develop and give my king a place to run. Maybe bishop out here, looking for a pawn at d2. Maybe just develop my knight, attack this pawn. I do want to get my queen out, so maybe the plan can involve a bishop here, a knight here, c6, and bring my queen out, something like that. Okay, I think I will play my bishop here just to threaten this pawn, because that would win the bishop. So he's got to block that somehow. Maybe just queen here is fine for him. Then I'll develop my knight and put some pressure on e4, I think. Don't think about that, but I'm not too concerned, although if I place here, takes, then he has a pawn drop here, so maybe I'll just bring my knight out. Defense here, attacks here. Okay, what do I want to take with is the question. Could take with a rook. I think that might be okay. No, I'll take with the bishop, actually. I think that's fine. If takes, take with a rook, and then he'll probably put more pressure on that. I was going to say bring my queen over, but okay. Placing another pawn on. Now, I can just take this. I think I will. Just, maybe not. No, I will. Sidestep, actually, because now I have an open file to work with. So threatening a pawn here, threatening a pawn here. Takes, that's not so bad. Right here. Now let's go ahead and get my material back. Okay, okay, so what's going on here? I know I got silent there for a while. Maybe a pawn here coming in on the light squares. Ooh, I dropped a pawn there. That's not good. That's not good at all, is it? Could play a cheeky bishop move, threatening a mate, actually, but he can just block that with the pawn here. Maybe there's... I was going to say place a pawn on here, but then he has a knight check here, doesn't he? Though that might not be so bad. Let's do that. If he does place a knight on, I'll take it with my knight first, I believe. It's a time situation here, 2 minutes. Now, is that terribly worrisome? Maybe I could put a bishop on, just make him expend one of his pawns. I think I might start with that, but that bishop might get blocked out. That's what I'm worried about. Actually, let's play it. The point is, if pawn here, then this pawn hangs. Pawn here. Yeah. Whoa, whoa! What are you doing, Fishy? Okay. What about a rook sack on f2? No, he's got a knight defending that. Maybe just place a pawn on. Place a pawn on and block my bishop off. I wonder if you can see the arrows I'm drawing. That would not be ideal. What about just moving my rook up? There's another pawn drop here. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make some exchanges. Just for the lack of a better plan right now. I always have b5 after a capture here. Oh my, I'm mated, aren't I? Yeah, he just has knight here. Or that'll do the trick. Yep. Alright, good game. So that's 2 to Fishy. Gonna have to come back. Oh, he's gonna mate anyway, but get a mate in 1 there. Queen here. Rook takes. Okay, so that's mate. So I'll move on down to match tally. Let's maximize this. Let's get rid of these arrows I drew. Okay. Okay, so moving on to position 3 here. So game 3, I'm going to have to make a comeback here. And I'm going to be white again. I guess ideally we'd be switching positions, or we'd play both the white side and the black side for each position. But didn't think about that before we started this. And this is fine. Oh, I'm being offered a draw, evidently. Okay. Whoops. Well, I'll take what I can get, right? Okie doke. And we're off. Game 3 here. And how do I want to play this? Okay, going with Fianchetto. Maybe bishop here, h3, castles, d3, or d5, d4. Get this bishop into the game. Maybe push the b pawn up the board, get my knight in. Knight b3. Okay. What about d4 or d3? d4, I suppose he pushes. Just play d3. I'm going to get my bishop out to d2 and look down at the h6 square, I think. Okay. So he's looking at my f2 square. Maybe b4 isn't so bad here. Well, let's try it. Just see how he reacts. It's going to take, and then push d4, I imagine. Yeah, that's a good plan. I'm a little bit slow on the uptake today. Yeah, his plan is just to place a pawn on e3. Okay, let's do this. Then when he places a pawn on, maybe I'll just drop my bishop back. Maybe that's not horrendous yet. So pawn e3, draw my bishop back, and then how can I untangle? We'll have my rook open on the f file. Okay, he's not going to pull the trigger just yet. So maybe... yeah, this is a bit strange having the pieces on opposite sides. But okay. Okay, my idea is capture, capture, probably replace the pawn on d4, and then bishop at g5. And then I can drop the bishop back next move. Or I could just drop a bishop. Yeah. So if takes, I have to decide whether I want to take here, which I probably have to, or be very aggressive and take here, in which case I'll be down a full piece. Okay, I'm just going to take this. I'm expecting a bishop at d4. Maybe I can just replace a pawn there. I'd like to get these knights out into the game, place a pawn on h6. Let's figure this out. This isn't horrible. King is more exposed than I'd like it to be, in general. Okay. Okay, so this might, yeah, this might win me a tempo. Let's see. Thinking if he replaces the bishop there, then I've got a pawn. When I play pawn at e4, then that comes with tempo. Okay, so he's going to elect to come in on the dark squares now, which I thought he would. And I have to decide how I want to react to that. So maybe pawn at f2, actually. That might be best. Down the clock. Okay, it's going to take that knight. That's interesting. That alleviates some of the pressure on my position, I think. So I'll take that back. Okay, so he's contending that it's worth it to win that pawn, but I've got a bishop here, I've got a pawn here. A bishop here, then a pawn there. It's nothing tremendous, but let's get this pawn on. So queen here attacks the rook and h6, crucially. Well, I could play a pawn at h6, maybe, and come for that next, but this is okay too. Crucially, the f3 square is defended, otherwise I might be forked. But, okay, now do I come in on h6? Do I come in on h6? And if so, with the bishop, or with something else? Let's go with the bishop. King back. Pawn on, perhaps. Yeah, I don't see why not. Over. And now I can... do I take that? That's iffy. I open myself up to a knight drop. Should be okay. Because I'm threatening the rook here. It's a very important point. I need a rook drop in the back rank. Try to make him expend another pawn here on e6 or bishop. Okay. Be cognizant of my time in this window. 25 seconds. can take there. He could have taken there because I can't take back because of f3. How do I deal with this? Let's place another pawn. I need to try to get a rook somehow, so maybe a knight to e2, followed by a rook to b1, but that's not going to be enough. Probably just block that off, in which case, what, c4, kicking the knight back isn't bad, and I can, if I want to, I can exchange a rook for a knight, maybe place a knight on h5, try to get a second knight, place it on e4, put some pressure on f6, that's his other weak spot here. Okay, so here I think I'll try to pick up this material while I can. Yeah, I'm just going to take here. So I'm expecting knight takes bishop. So now do I want to take with the queen or insert this intermezzo here is an important consideration. I'm going to take here first. Okay, so he's going to concede the queen. Which way do I want to take? I'm going to take like this, I think. He's going to come through on g4, I imagine. He's got 19 seconds. But his queen is on pre. Remember, this reverts to a pawn if captured. Maybe he'll just block, put another bishop on, and really hammer down on g4. So what do I do then? Oh, he's resigning. Okay. I think you still have play there, Fishy. I think you could have maybe placed a bishop here and gone down on g4, try to crash through, because I don't have really an immediate way to crash through. I will be up a little bit of material, but I guess I do have a knight coming here, some dangerous threats, but not yet resignable. But anyway, okay, so my first game, I'm on the board here in this Crazyhouse 960 variant. Cool. This is so strange. Still trying to get my bearings, trying to figure out what's going on. And I think I'm, getting my feet wet, getting into it a little bit more each game we play. Trying to get playable positions. I got a pretty bad position out of the opening this one, actually, but I managed to slowly improve my position over time. All right, let's go down to the match tally. I get to make my first pawn move. How about that? Good deal. Oh, shoot. I guess this isn't working out the way we thought it would, because I guess the position reverts back to... Okay, that's fine. Now, on to game 4. So it's 2-1. Or 1-2, I guess, from my perspective. And off we go. Off we go. Well, this is interesting. King's in the center. Not sure how casting's going to work here. Maybe let's just liberate my bishop first of all, so I don't abort this game. It's a useful move. Maybe double fianchetto here. It's not horrific. Although I ought to get my knight out first, oughtn't I? Oh, is he? Is he white? Oh, I did just play white. Yeah, my bad. Okay. So that means I gotta flip the board here. Okay. So he didn't want to take he thought my b3 or my g3 move wasn't the correct opening decision. I don't blame them. Okay, e6. Getting my bishop out. Alright, where's that knight going? I think I'll probably castle queenside. Where do I want to put this bishop? Maybe just d7 for now. We can look down this diagonal and reposition. Should be okay. And maybe castle queenside, and then break in the center with e5, or possibly f5 even. e5 and then f5. It looks okay. Be nice to have a pawn in hand so I can kick this knight with a pawn at c4 or a4. Scoop this guy up. So I think he wants to liberate his bishop with that move. Yeah, because otherwise his bishop was dead and buried. So... If I do this, it kind of nullifies this piece though, doesn't it? Because I imagine he'll just push past d5. And what do I do with this bishop? But if I don't play e5, what do I do? e6? Doesn't seem right. Get this knight in. Seems premature to get my knight out first and block this e-pawn. Could just castle straight away. Yeah, okay, let's do that and defer the decision for one more move. Alright. Now, I suppose it's not horrible to play e5. I am blocking in my bishop, but this also blocks in his light square bishop. I have to be a little bit careful about pawn drops on c6 is the thing, if I open this up with f5. Yeah, that's a good move coming in on b7. Didn't think about that. Okay, let's get my bishop out of dodge. Maybe drop back. Yeah, I'm not liking my position here. I'm anticipating a sack on b7 here, in which case I think I've got to take that one way or another. Okay, so maybe I just play bishop a6 next, let him take that knight. Don't have very good options here, but take with the knight or the rook? Do I want to reroute this knight? Perhaps not. Let's take this way. Now I'm threatening pawn at d3. Knight at c6 doesn't scare me yet. I can just move my king. Probably to the corner. Yeah. Thinking of the corner is best. I can also replace this pawn in b7 if I want to. And maybe I do want to. No, I gotta be aggressive here. I gotta start making inroads of my own somehow. I can't just be playing defense the whole game. Oh, we gotta make a move over here. He doesn't have another knight in hand to place on a5 after takes. So maybe pawn at c2. Then do I have to drop back? I really don't want to drop back. Okay, now I will get this pawn on. Oops. He hasn't made a move yet, evidently, but okay, it's his move anyway, so. Now. Maybe a knight here. Takes, then I take here. King up. It's my time. 20 seconds. Alright, gotta try it. So if takes, I'm gonna take here. King up. Man, that should be mate. Right? As soon as he makes a move, it should be mating. So somehow I navigated through that. I think he missed that. I also missed for a second there too that my knight's defending this bishop, which is integral. So I'll just go ahead and play that move. So okay, that's game. Okay, so I think that means we're tied up now at 2-2. We can go down to the master match tally, which actually isn't all that helpful, and I'll make another pawn move here. So king moves and pawn moves. So okie doke. Means 2-all. We've got. I'm actually glad it's tied up. That means we're going to get to play more of these positions. So okay, on to game 5, I suppose. Should we just draw this one? I guess draw, accept. Okay. And see what's going on over here. And on to position 5, game 5. Starting up the clock, and off we go. Just play a knight move first of all, and see how he wants to establish a pawn structure. Okay, so evidently I can see the bubbles he's drawing, the lines he's drawing. I just saw that little bubble pop up on E2. So I didn't realize that. I wonder if I draw a bunch of stuff, it'll distract him. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely the case. Oh boy. So can I castle queenside eventually in this? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna play b3 and c4. I'll put my bishop on b2 and open up a light squared bishop. Hi. Okay, so let's get all this nonsense off the board. Okay, so a move erases all that. Good to know. All that nonsense. Okay, so now he wants to hop a knight into what, e4, g4, and sack on f2 eventually. Maybe. is that such a big deal? Not at the moment, because my queen guards that, so let's go ahead and get this piece out. And I'll take that. So wish there were a better system for the pocket pieces. This is serviceable, so. Alright, proceed with bishop b2, or there's a pawn coming here maybe eventually, but just take that for now. So maybe h3 isn't all that bad. It fills in this h3 square, and also controls the g4 square. So okay, I'm gonna play a few quicker moves because I typically falling behind the clock here early in these games by like a minute or two. Okay, f4. Maybe rook c1. Nah, that pawn's easily guarded. Rook c1, rook c4, swing across. Well, bishop out to e5. That's not terribly potent. Exchanging that f6 for a knight. Or, you know what, better I think is this move. Trying to force this knight away from g7. I sack on g7 if I want to. In fact, I think I will. Sack, queen takes, and now he's on my knight. What about... Let's try a double piece sack. Expecting queen takes, and then I'll take on h7, I think, and just contend that my dark square control is going to be good enough to compensate for these two pieces that I'm sacking. Maybe I don't have to. What about... oh no, because this rook hangs. If it were defended, I was thinking pawn here first, but I don't really want to play that. But I'm going to see if it pans out. Yeah, I think his king can just run away is the problem with this. I'm sacking too much material. So rook takes. I guess he could play queen takes too, but the next move in either case will probably just be pawn h6. That was the whole point here. Try to come in on g7. You see that? Well, I don't have to take that. I might want to. He doesn't have another knight in hand. I think I gotta go for it. So, I don't want to take with the queen. Maybe just king sidesteps. Bishop here, takes. I take his knight. Close to getting mated. There's a pawn here. I I might be getting mated there. Oh, let's find out. Don't have much time to deliberate here, so... Oh no, what am I thinking? I can just take that with my queen. So now pawn takes here. Okay, so do I want to place this pawn on first? I think probably... Yep, I'm gonna go for it. So bishop here, I take his knight. Ah, he can take here after all that. And I shouldn't have highlighted that. Hopefully, he's surely seen it. Yeah. Okay. Well, so now I get this in though. That's odd, because I can just take his queen now. Is there something better? No, I'd take his queen, place his pawn on. I can just take this. Yeah, I don't know why didn't just recapture there, but okay. Yeah, it says cry. I think they meant to say cry, because that was a pretty crucial mistake there. That was a turning point. Because I think now the tide of the game is going to turn in my favor. It doesn't have a very clear follow-up after hanging that. Didn't realize that this long diagonal was still open, I guess. So maybe take here. 15 seconds. Okay, I'm not going to dilly-dally. I don't have much time. This is still only a pawn, I think. Oh! I don't have much time left. Fishy, can't be doing that. Okay, I'm just going to take. Okay, now what? Let's just get something on. I don't have any time. There was surely better. Knight here, maybe. Still gotta be careful, definitely, about a pawn coming here. Trying to get his king moved to this file so I can take here with check. King goes back. Ooh, now, okay, now I will take with this queen, I think. Pawn block. What, kingside step or a knight? Oh, this is just mate, right? Yeah, it's just mate. Okay, well, yeah, just one blunder cost him there. He had the upper hand that most of that game there. I didn't see any problem with just taking this bishop after I stacked two pieces in a row there, but maybe he got scared off by my dark square presence. I don't think it was enough though. Okay, so good game to Fishy. He's saying well, there was a knight at c2 threat that could have been played to pick the queen back up after all that. Takes. Yep, he certainly could have. So okay. So one away from queening for me. That's one game away. All right, so that takes us to position 6, game 6. And what am I, black here? Yeah, it must be black. Let's make sure to flip that this time. Okay. And get a rematch. And off we go. Game 6. This is an important game. Follow suit for now, just getting a knight out. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I kind of like that plan. going to take that knight, just making sure I wasn't getting smothered or something immediately. But no, I think it's okay. Take this way, I think. Yeah, I don't see any problem with that. Okay, so now what I'm noticing is some light square weaknesses. I think I'll bring my queen out straight away. I was thinking maybe bishop here, but queen there looks strong, right? Maybe I could even pop this bishop out. It's a little bit slower, but it might be good just to get this bishop active. Oh, queen here, rook there. Oh no, this is going to be strong. If knight blocks, then I can pick up this pawn. If rook blocks, then I've got a bishop at h1. I'm going to make a move here to exploit that pin piece. Okay, so it's going to concede the pawn. That's probably... it's still not great for him, but it's probably the better decision. But now I'm coming in with the bishop at h3. He's kind of congested over here on the king's side. He can't castle. I just thought about that now, but yeah, he can't castle out of harm's way. Although maybe he could. He's quite a few moves away from getting liberated on the queen side too. Because I was thinking if this bishop and queen weren't here, he could castle queen side. Maybe this knight needs to be gone too. I'm not sure. But okay, so how do I want to proceed from here? Maybe bishop here. Or do I want to recapture this? Maybe I'll just take here first. Yeah, I think I will. And that way I can place a pawn here, and another pawn on g2 should he move that. Now, do I want to take this knight? I think I might, because he is threatening to sack on e7 eventually. No reason to allow that counterplay. My back rank might be a little bit unsafe if I sack the rook here, but my attack's going to come too swiftly, I believe. And I also have takes, and bishop here, or bishop here straight away even. So what about that? I've got a few good options here, including bishop at e4 or a pawn at h3. So which is best? Which is best? The bishop at e4 isn't doing as much as I thought it would actually, because it does have g2 covered. Although it seems like it must be collapsing somehow, right? There's even a pawn at a3, but I think I don't need to be playing on the queen side right now. Well, let's simply start with this move. Bank a knight here, and then consider either bishop e4 or pawn h4. You know what will be stronger? Maybe is after a rook takes, and pawn here first, and then this threat is always lingering in the air, I think. Supposing he moves his knight, plays another pawn on, if he moves his knight. So I'm just going to go ahead and play that. I think it's strong. So if rook here, then I can just take here. That's going to beat game. That's going to be lights out. What about pawn here? Nah, that's not enough for him, I think. You'll notice that I turned off the engine evaluation and game arrows in the study, which are normally present in lichess studies, just so that this can play out more like a normal game as opposed to an engine game. So those aren't directing play. Okay, I did make my move. Still down on the clock, but I think this position must be pretty overwhelming. How does he defend g2? That's the question. So supposing he moves his knight, placing a pawn on, captures, rook captures, and then probably just bishop h4 is enough, or bishop e4, but let's see how he decides to respond. Okay, it gives a check. Probably just block with the bishop, I suppose. There takes. I can always even take with discovery on the queen if I want to. He doesn't have a knight, so I'm not getting smothered or anything. Should be sufficient. So yeah, I'm just going to play that. Okay, so he's going to sack for that pawn. It's a resourceful maneuver, but now I'm threatening a mate here. Not a h2 smother. It's got to cover that. No, didn't see it. So, all right, that's going to begin. So good games to FischyVishy. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to cut it off here. We will probably keep playing this, and I'll probably try to bring you more videos if you guys like this. But yeah, I thought this was something new, something innovative. I don't think this has ever been done before, a Crazyhouse 960 match. And I do apologize for the weird format and the double boards and all that, but as far as I'm aware, like I said at the beginning of this, I don't know of any actual Z960 interface on the web. They may be being constructed, I don't know. But until that time, we're just going to have to make do with some of our more MacGyver setups, you might say. So anyway, yeah, the match tally is going to be 4-2 in the end, I believe. Let's go ahead and make a queen there. And there we go. Good games, FischyVishy, and we'll be back at you soon. Thanks, guys.